What's up, guys? James here from Big Block Blu-ray. Welcome back to my series, What I Watched. This is going to be what I watched in June for 2015. 10 of the things that I watched that I want to talk about. But first, before I get into that, let me warn you guys. This is going to be a rated R version of this show because I am so pumped, excited right now. And I would be stupid not to talk about the Batman v Superman trailer that just dropped. It's my most anticipated movie, of the upcoming movies coming out. I cannot wait for this film. So, kids, if you're watching, skip this video or mute it or put your earmuffs on because this trailer was fucking awesome, and I have to say it that way. I'm sorry I don't usually cuss in my videos, but I am so fucking pumped for this movie. I have to say it that way. Man of Steel is my favorite comic book movie of all time. I love the direction the DC movies are going right now, like the Nolan trilogy and these Snyder films and Suicide Squad. DC is where it is at right now for comic book films. Marvel, I look at the movies as like targeted towards like high school kids and like a younger audience, which is nothing wrong with that. And I enjoy the Marvel movies, don't get me wrong. I am not a Marvel hater. I bought them all on Blu-ray. I've seen them all multiple times. I love those movies. I don't love them, but I really like those movies. You know, they're fun and they're lighthearted. But DC is your rated R grown-up comic book movies, and I fucking love it. I love it. And Batman v Superman, the trailer dropped today, and I just want to talk about it. This film is really dealing with some heavy, deep themes in this film. You got if you read all the signs at the beginning of the trailer, you got the themes of illegal aliens. Aliens from different, species, like all that kind of thing. Like, you got, there's a sign that says God hates aliens, like you're bringing religion into it. Like, there are so many deep themes, that we deal with in America every day that are handled in this film. The destruction of Man of Steel, what happened, and I cannot wait for this. It's going to be so good. Ben Affleck, if you look in the trailer, he's as he's running towards the building, or right before, it shows him talking on a cell phone. And I can imagine in the movie, once we see it, he's going to be talking to somebody in the Wayne building that you see crumbling, before it crumbles, and probably listening to their fears as they're screaming, and the building starts to tumble and they die. That's just something we've never seen in a superhero movie before, or a comic book movie. I love all the throwbacks to Man of Steel in this trailer. When he's carrying the top of the space rocket that blew up, and he's falling down. It looks just like the scene in Man of Steel where in the oil tanker that exploded. And then when he floats down from the front, and then his shot is looking at him up from the sun, you see he looks like almost like Jesus floating down. That's a throwback to Man of Steel. One of the things that I think is going to be really strange about this film is Jesse Eisenberg. I still can't really get on him 100% with him being Lex Luthor. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to laugh whenever I see him on screen, or giggle or something, because it's just kind of really strange. But maybe he'll be great. Who knows? And then another thing I want to talk about was Batman's bat suit. When he goes to fight Henry Cavill or Superman, his mech suit, that's what I'm calling it, almost an Iron Man suit. It looks really cool. The only thing is his hands are so blocky, like they almost look like Rock'em Sock'em Robot, like punching gloves. So I don't know, maybe it'll look better in the film, but I've just seen some pictures and things like that from Comic-Con and stuff. So I don't know, he looks almost like a Transformer, which I kind of don't like, but I think Ben Affleck is going to kill it as an old Bruce Wayne and as Batman. And then one of the things I noticed in the trailer is they're showing like I'm hoping it's just a flashback and it's a really quick scene But like when they're showing Bruce Wayne as a kid and he's crying and a gun goes off and then they're at a funeral with his parents, like, we really don't need to see that again. We've seen it in every single Batman film, damn near, and we don't need to see it again. So I hope it's a really quick scene. But yeah, and then towards the end of the trailer, man, is where it gets so fucking epic. When you got Batman shooting the grapple hook and flying and smashing Superman through the building when they're fighting, and the fight scenes look phenomenal. Like, Zack Snyder can shoot some amazing fight scenes from all of his other films. You already know that. I cannot wait. And then the perfect ending to that trailer is Superman rips the doors, or like the front fenders, off the Batmobile, and he's standing there, and Batman just slowly gets up out of a car, and they're facing each other. Oh, that was just, my hair stood up on my arms. Just so awesome. Just, oh yeah! Like, man, I'm so jazzed for this movie. Star Wars, Batman v Superman is going to be amazing. And Suicide Squad looks so badass too. I saw the leaked trailer of that online. Jared Leto's going to murder it as Joker. Harley Quinn looks amazing as a... I'm so like delusional right now. I can't think of her freaking name. I said Harley Quinn. And anyway, whatever her name is, she looks amazing as Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie. That movie looks awesome. DC is where it's at right now. Ant-Man, I could care less about. It's coming out this weekend, next weekend. I'll probably go see it with my dad just because it's getting really good reviews. But yeah, Ant-Man, come on, dude. Batman v Superman, that's what I'm talking about. And then they announced that Ben Affleck is going to be directing his own Batman movie called The Batman. That is going to be so badass. He's an amazing director. I cannot wait for DC films, man. I'm just telling you. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Batman v Superman trailer. Let me know down below in the comments. Did they make your nipples hard? Because they sure made mine hard. And yeah, just let me know in the comments, what'd you think about it. And if you don't agree with me, that's cool. But, just, let me know in the comments. So, what I watched for June 2015. Here we go. First up, we got, bam, Ex Machina. Everybody was talking about this film. I'm a sci-fi nerd. I love sci-fi. Ex Machina was fantastic, guys. Probably my favorite movie of this year so far. I gave it an A, only because it wasn't an A+, only because I felt like the ending, there was one scene that just kind of, just rubbed me the wrong way. Not really, wasn't that bad, but it was just like, I don't want to spoil it. So, if you're wondering what that is and you have seen the movie, just leave me a comment and I'll shoot you a personal message or whatever. We can talk about it. But basically, it was just one of the major details at the end of the movie that I was kind of like, oh man, I wish they would have done that differently. But the movie is fantastic. It is shot so beautifully. I don't understand how these lower budget, like almost in indie films, are made so badass nowadays. Like, I mean, just like Her. I mean, like the movie Her, right there, just visually is stunning, and like the shots of the futuristic cities and everything are just amazing nowadays. And it's so awesome that these smaller budget, like lower, indie, or I don't know if it's an indie film or whatever. I don't know what's considered that, but I can check with Evan at the Disco for that. But I love how these films that aren't like major blockbuster just look so amazingly beautiful. So Ex Machina, I think it comes out this next Tuesday on Blu-ray. If anybody out there hasn't seen it yet, buy it. It is worth it. Day one. It's a damn good movie. Next up, I watched Maggie. Again, I loved this film. I thought Arnold was great in it. I thought the emotion that it shows between the father and the daughter relationship was done really well. No, it's not a shotgun to the head zombie movie. It's not that kind of movie. And if you know that going in, you'll really enjoy this. If you go in thinking it's Commando with zombies, then you're going to hate this film. But, I had already heard everybody say that it wasn't, that kind of film, so I was ready for it. And I went in, and Arnold is great in this movie. I mean, he really shows the compassion that he has for his daughter, and I mean, you know, I'm a father now, so I can relate to it really well, and I just think it was a really well done film. I gave it an A minus. Next up, I watched Platoon. Watched it with my dad, and just a great old school Vietnam uh, war movie. It's very realistic. It's more on the psychological side, and you can really dive into the psyche of these soldiers, and you know, kind of see where they're coming, or see like what they're going through and how traumatizing war is. Because I've never been in war, and I can only imagine. You know, I've never killed anyone, obviously, and I can only imagine what that does to you. You know, even like having to put a dog down, or you know, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, and one of my cats. You know, when I was a kid, I had a cat, and the cat died, and just how traumatic that is. So another human being. I mean, I can't imagine. You know what that goes through, and you know, what those guys go through. And anyway, I gave it an A. It was a little bit slow in some moments, so I couldn't give it an A plus, but definitely a film classic. And basically, you know, everyone should check it out if you haven't. Next, I got Jurassic World. I saw this in the theater with my dad, and I'm basically like everyone else, man. You know, I enjoyed it for what it was. Yes, it had some very stupid moments, you know, like the girl running from a Tyrannosaurus Rex in high heels. Just idiotic. Like, I mean, come on, guys. She couldn't have tossed her high heels off and took off barefoot. That would have been more believable. Um, you know, I mean, there were some dumb moments, like Chris Pratt is underneath a car and he rips a hose off the car and sprays his body with, okay, there's only two fluids that you can spray your. I'm a car guy, so that's why this bothered me. Probably didn't bother anybody else because you don't know about cars, but when you rip a hose off the bottom of a car, there's only two things that you can cover your body with, either oil or gasoline. If you cover yourself in gasoline, you will not be laying there quiet. Trust me, you will be screaming because that stuff will burn the hell out of you. If you cover yourself in oil, I mean, he puts it all over his face and everything so that the monster can't smell him. The whatever the Galvus Rex or whatever the hell it's called. If you cover yourself in oil, trust me, you're gonna be throwing up. You're gonna be. I've done a lot of oil changes and spilt it all over myself before, and it's not fun. And then in the very next scene after that, he's like totally clean. So I'm like, but just, you know, there were some moments like that, but it's a lot of fun. The ending is, you know, satisfying, and you know, it's not Jurassic Park 1. I don't think any movie can really live up to that again in my eyes, because I was young and I for the first time saw this beautiful CGI and the music, and just that's a perfect movie in my opinion, the first Jurassic Park. So no, it could never live up to that, but it's a fun movie. It's made $1 bajillion, so it's going to get more sequels. So let me know down in the comments if you checked it out. Next up, I checked out Wet Hot American Summer on Netflix. Nick Darden's been, shout out to you, brother. He's been recommending this a lot, and you know, for me, the comedy just didn't hit that well. I gave it a C. I thought it was okay at best. You know, I just thought a lot of the jokes were just, I don't know. I don't know if it's not my type of humor or what, but it was okay, but I wouldn't buy it on Blu-ray. I know they had it at Best Buy for like $7.99, and I would pass. I know they're coming out with the show on Netflix, I think it is, or what, maybe one of the TV series networks. I'm not sure, but I might try and watch a couple episodes to see if it's better. But you know, I don't know. It was decent. Just I don't know. The comedy just didn't really hit for me that well. It has a lot of good actors in it. You know, Paul Rudd's character is kind of fun. And, you know, I don't know. For some reason, I didn't love it. Next, me and my wife saw Entourage in the theater, the movie. I loved it. And I loved the show. So if you like the show, you'll love the movie. It's basically like 3 episodes slammed into one because it's an hour and a half long. But, you know, I love this show. It's now in my top 5 shows of all time. I'm definitely buying the movie day one on Blu-ray. I thought it was fantastic. Just the chemistry the guys have are so great, and Ari Gold is just amazing. You know, the agent. He's so cool. He could have his own spinoff show. I feel like, you know, Better Call Saul uh, was a spinoff of Breaking Bad because of that guy was so popular, and I feel like Ari from Entourage could do the same thing. I mean, spin off and have his own show, and I know people would watch it. So yeah, if you like the show, you like the movie. If you've never seen the show, you may like the movie. You know, just kind of up in the air on that one. But I gave it an A. I loved it. Next up, I watched Chappie with my dad. I really enjoyed Chappie. I enjoyed it much more than Elysium, and I recently put all of Blomkamp's movies back here on my steelbook shelf, and I know my fat head will normally be covering that up, but either way, you know, I really love District 9, so I put that as his number 1. I put Chappie number 2 and Elysium number 3. Chappie I enjoyed. Everybody complained about those two singers. They're not actors, but I felt they did a really good job in the movie. For what they were asked to do, I felt like they did it great. But their music, oh my God, like they kept playing their music through the movie, and it's horrendous. Like maybe that's cool over there, wherever they're from, Africa or whatever, but I hated their music, and they kept playing it, and it was like if Mickey Mouse sucked on a helium balloon, like, and it was just, I mean, it was terrible. Like, so other than that, I gave it a B plus. You know, the plot was kind of, you know, it was good. It was original and original take on kind of Johnny Five, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, I did. And Hugh Jackman, he's such a cartoon character. And let me mention, there is a kill at the end of that movie. That's one thing about Blomkamp. He always has a kill in all of his movies. There'll be one kill that stands out above all the rest, and this movie's no different. And it's an amazing kill. It looks so brutally real, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere, and you're just like, whoa, like, so cool. And then the last 3 here I watched the Oceans trilogy. I watched Oceans 11, Oceans 12, Oceans 13. Oceans 11, A+. I love it. I think it's great. A great heist film. Amazing culmination of actors between Brad Pitt, George Clooney, all the supporting cast. Love it. Oceans 12 was fun. Gave it a B-. It's not quite as great as Oceans 11, in my opinion. Only because the first one is in the casino setting. I love that. And then the second one's not that like that. So, you know, it's not as great. And then Oceans 13, I think it goes back up again with Al Pacino. This time they're robbing a hotel and a casino type thing, and just really fun again. It goes back to, you know, like Oceans 11, where it's a lot of fun again, and I really like that trilogy, man. It's a great film. I had seen 11 before. I'd never seen 12, and I had seen 13 before, and I just wanted to go back and revisit them all. I did. I loved it. You know, A+, B-, A. Just, I mean, a great, you know, trilogy in my opinion. Really, you know, there's never a trilogy where they're all perfect. So I think this is one of the best trilogies there is. You know, to be honest. Just like I said, great films. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out, buy them, whatever. I found a guy selling the trilogy on Blu-ray.com for $20, and I bought it like that. So I recommend you do the same. Those are what I'm going to talk about this time. I know this video is a little bit longer because I talked about the trailer in the beginning. But yeah, comment below. Let me know. Have you seen any of these films? What do you think? Am I stupid? Am I retarded? Did I say something wrong? You let me know, because I know you will. It's all good. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.